I owe Captain Janeway an apology. I've always thought of Voyager as a good show with wasted potential. The premise of being lost in some far-flung corner of the galaxy trying to get back to Earth was always a good one. After 7 years of The Next Generation, starting a show about a smaller ship with no support on an impossible journey through unfamiliar territory sounded like a wild change of pace.
There's coffee in that nebula.
What would happen if a Starfleet ship had to conserve supplies for 75 years? If they were just one ship desperately struggling for survival in hostile space? The show we got was very much not that. It was pretty breezy. They were running the holodeck 24/7 and replicating whatever they needed. We even caught a glimpse of this darker version of the premise with the awesome Year of Hell two-parter. Also, that show that I was expecting literally exists. It's called Battlestar Galactica. I guess navigating the Delta Quadrant with no backup wasn't any more difficult than what the Enterprise was doing in the Alpha Quadrant, with Starfleet on speed dial. That leaves a lot of room for us to nitpick all of Captain Janeway's decisions and declare that, hey, she must be a bad captain, because look at this list of all her unoptimal choices. But Janeway is in fact such a good captain that she makes the impossible look easy. I tried it for myself and I didn't last 2 hours. The recently released game, Star Trek Voyager: Across the Unknown, recreates the TV show from the beginning, but puts me in command. And I have to say, that woman was working miracles. Life in the Delta Quadrant is brutal. Maintaining enough fuel to survive while keeping your crew from starting a mutiny is shockingly difficult. It is, in fact, over. After you're thrown to the Delta Quadrant, your ship is so completely thrashed that essentially nothing works. Restoring life support and just clearing out all the destroyed rooms require an enormous amount of supplies and manpower, on top of all the deuterium required to keep the lights on. So much deuterium. You never know what resources you're going to find in the next solar system. It's randomly generated, so sometimes it really just seems like it's not enough. You have a big countdown clock of how many days you have left before you're out of gas, and it's never all that much. If Janeway was coordinating all of this off camera for the whole series, then she might be the most brilliant captain who ever lived. The game plays out like a tabletop RPG, where everything you attempt to do is decided by random chance. Even scenarios directly from the show are still subject to a dice roll. We beamed a Romulan from the Alpha Quadrant through a tiny wormhole, our ticket to at least getting a message to the Federation, and we just failed to beam him back. We rolled a natural one, so his molecules are spread across time and space now. It was messed up. He seemed nice, and I lost a desperately needed morale boost. And we can't build anything without duranium, and there's never enough duranium. It honestly took me like 10 minutes before I went from regular Voyager to the alternate Riker, the Borg is everywhere timeline. And it didn't even come close to meeting the Borg. I can't even deal with the Kazon. I had forgotten those guys even existed. By the way, I played this game on the new All Trek is Good Trek Twitch channel. If you're interested, give it a follow. I'm starting Star Trek Online next, a game where I'm guessing being a captain will be much easier. Across the Unknown has been a big surprise. In a time when most video games, especially licensed games, are single-mindedly focused on making you feel like a winner, this game has really made me appreciate that I am wildly unqualified to be a Starfleet captain. I give Captain Janeway some flack sometimes. Her job is not easy. So the next time you're playing armchair quarterback for every one of Janeway's decisions in Voyager, remember that she's been up all night, desperately trying to find enough deuterium to keep the holodeck running, or else the crew will mutiny and the ship will explode.